Hello there, friends. It's Miss Nicole with Moon Township Public Library. I hope you guys are having a great night. Tonight, I will be showing you guys some cool watercolor madness. So we're going to go ahead and talk about two different ways that you can actually make watercolor. One way that you can alter another art supply to make watercolors. And I'm actually going to go ahead and show you one technique on how to make your watercolor really cool and really stand out. So, and I'm going to show you one really cool project to do with your watercolor. So if you're interested in any of those things, go ahead and stay tuned. My friends, so the tools we will need are paper. I like to use a nice thick paper because your printer paper will bubble with the watery consistency of the paint. If all you have is printer paper, that's totally cool. Just be aware that it will dry a little bumpy, and there's nothing wrong with that. You will also need some salt, regular table salt, a palette. If you would like to use a palette, you can totally use a plate or a piece of cardboard as well. We also have a glass of water. You need water for watercolors. I will be using some food colors today for one of my make-your-own watercolor techniques. I will also be using some Kool-Aid for one of my make-your-own watercolor techniques. Here we have some squeezy tube watercolors, but if you guys have the dry, just add water watercolor palettes, those will work perfectly well as well. We also have a straw. This one has been trimmed just to make it a little easier for me. You can go ahead and trim yours as well, or if you would like to have a longer straw, go ahead and keep it full size. And then right here, I have some washable Crayola markers. You can use whatever brand you have on hand. So, we're going to go ahead and get started by showing you how you can use your regular watercolors to do two really cool projects, okay? One of them will be blow painting with your straw, and one of them will be salt watercolor. It's almost like a resist project. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do those two fun projects. And then right after, I will show you how to use watercolor markers, food coloring, and Kool-Aid to make your own watercolor. Alright friends, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and make sure you've got your watercolors all mixed up. You want to have a lot of watercolor prepared for this activity. So then you're going to go ahead and you're going to grab your straw. You're going to go ahead and you're going to dip it in your paint. Alright, and kiddos, this is the really important part. Make sure you're not breathing in your paint, okay? So you're just going to breathe out or exhale out of your straw, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pinch the straw on the other end. You're going to put the straw in your paint, and then you're going to pinch the other end. And then when you've got your straw over your paper, like so, you're going to go ahead and breathe into it, okay? Just like that. And the reason I use watercolor over any other type of paint with this specific project is because it's got a lot of water in it. So that makes it very easy to move around. You can go ahead and use your straw to blow around the paint once you've got it on your piece of paper or your canvas, and then come up with all sorts of awesome creations. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and dip into my yellow. You can go ahead and switch out to another straw if you'd like to. I'm going to use the same one. There we go. We got some yellow in there. Very nice. And then I'm going to go ahead into my magenta. I love the magenta. I think it's super fun. Here we go. that one didn't work quite as well. I think my my paint was a little funky, so it didn't really mix as well as I had hoped. But if you'd like to, you can go ahead and drag your straw around. Again, I like to blow through the straw to go ahead and get the paint to move around on the canvas. So here I have a clean straw. There we go. I just blew through the straw, and that's what happened. Excuse me, guys. You're hearing Miss Nicole making some funny gurgly sounds. Alright, so there is project number 1. What I really love to do with this is to let it dry, okay? And then once it's dry, you can turn these into little creatures. I see 3 really cool dinosaurs. I don't know about you. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. And then once it's done drying, I'm going to go ahead and draw in my dinosaurs. Easy peasy. Alright, friends. The next project is our salt project. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some watercolor. And I'm going to put it wherever I please. There we have a bunch of that pink coming through, right? We're going to kind of ignore that pink a little bit because what's really important is the green coming up. I just like that pink, so I'm going to go ahead and put my green down wherever I please. Again, make sure that these are nice and watery. There you have it. You can go ahead and make some puddles if you'd like. Make sure you've got an area that you've cleaned and put a nice little plastic bag underneath or something. Make sure it's covered so you're not ruining any tables or any floors. Okay, I'm going to go back into my yellow and put some over here because I think that's fun. Oh, look at that. Look at that yellow. Okay, and then mix some more colors over here. Beautiful. We got a nice little chartreuse. That's a yellowy green. I'm going to bring some more of that teal green in here. That's my favorite color. There we have it. Okay, so now here's the cool part. Wherever you have some nice wet spots from your watercolor, you're going to take some salt. And you can either sprinkle or you can pour it out of the container. And that's what happens. The less you do, the more you can actually see the effect. I don't like to do too much because I like just a little bit of the spotting. I think it looks so cool though. There we have it. This is a really simple, easy way. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this before. I just wanted to go ahead and show you this method again because it is really easy and really accessible. So if you're looking for a way to spice up your art projects, your family art projects, your kiddos art projects, that's a really awesome way to do it and to get some interest into some watercolor, right? Easy, fun, accessible. All right, another really cool way to do this is to tape down maybe the first letter of your child's name. And tape it in masking tape on a piece of cardboard or something. Go ahead and paint around it. Go ahead and apply salt to all of the paint that you put around the letter. And then when everything's dry, go ahead and peel up that, that masking tape, and then you'll have your child's letter, the first letter of their first name in the negative space on your artwork. So that's a really cool way to do some watercolor. So there's that texture again. Again, it creates this really cool spotting effect. I absolutely love it. If I'm being honest with you, I would use that every single day in my own artwork if I did watercolor more often. But there you go. Pretty awesome. All right, so let's move on to 3 ways that you can actually make watercolor. I'm going to set these to the side. There they are. My dinosaurs are drying over there. and here we go. The first way I'm going to show you to make watercolor is actually as simple as a packet of Kool-Aid or anything like this. These are super inexpensive at Walmart, Dollar Tree, anywhere you can find a powdered drink mixture. You're going to go ahead and open it and put a tiny little bit into your palette or in a cup that you can clean later. And then you're going to add as much water as you want. You add more water to get it to a lighter pastel color, or you'll add more powder or less water if you want a deeper color. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do that now. I'm going to go ahead and put you down. Alright, I'm opening my packet. Sorry for the darkness, everybody. Opening my packet. I'm sprinkling some into my palette. And now I am just adding some water to my Kool-Aid mixture. The beautiful thing about using Kool-Aid as a watercolor is that you don't have to worry about it being toxic. It's just very sugary. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works now. Okay, so now I have my pink, this is black cherry Kool-Aid. So if you want to have an edible painting day, this is an excellent way to do it, parents. Go ahead and get some Kool-Aid. And then you're basically just going to go ahead and paint it onto your canvas. Another bonus about this is that it smells phenomenal. If you use this method, your house will smell wonderful the entire rest of the day. I promise you. Alright, so there you have it. If you want more of an acrylic paint with this Kool-Aid, you can go ahead and add flour to your mixture. And it'll do some really awesome things to it. It'll make it a little thicker in consistency, and it will dry less translucent. So there you have your Kool-Aid watercolor technique. And I'm going to show you what will happen if I add some more water to this. Like I said, if you add more water to it, it's going to end up more pastel, more translucent. You won't have to work so hard to get a wash of color. There we go. Okay, so I've added much more water. There we go. See how much lighter? Oh, nope, I got some of that green mixed in. But do you see how much lighter this is compared to that? That's because I added more water. So the more water you add, the lighter it'll be. Alright, so that's another quick way to do watercolor. Alright. The next way we're going to do watercolor at home, especially if you don't have your own watercolors, is to use food coloring. So here I have purple. This is a nice violet color. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze a couple of drops into one part of my palette. You go ahead, kiddos, make sure you're closing the bottle so that it doesn't fall and dye everything. Okay? There we go. I'm going to take some water. Make sure your brush is nice and clean. You're going to drop some water in your food coloring. Again, I said this was a nice violet color, so it's going to be more of a blue purple. A true purple, not quite as pink. You're going to go ahead and mix it. Okay? And then there you have it. I love that deep purple color. I think that's gorgeous. There's some more of that in there. If you would like to add, or if you would like to make it a little lighter, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing as I did with the Kool-Aid watercolor. You're just going to add more water, and it's going to make it way lighter, okay? So there we have it, because as you recall before, it was really dark when we first put it on. Now it's way lighter. There we go. Okay, very cool. Another thing cool, wow, I can't talk. Another cool thing you can do with your watercolor is let a layer of it dry, like these two brush strokes I have there, and then go ahead and put what we call a wash of watercolor. So just dipping your paintbrush in water, dipping it in the paint, and then this is a wash, just like that. And when you take it over top of your already dried watercolors, you can see it underneath. And it just does some really awesome things. Just be very careful when you go back over your watercolor because it is water soluble, which means that even after it's dry, you can add more water to it and move it around some more. So if you want to paint on top of something that already dried, make sure you're not moving it around too much. I'll show you an example. Right here, we have this little line. If I keep going over it, it will actually kind of disappear. See? That's like a racing watercolor. Craziness. So go ahead and have fun with that. I know I did. I love those colors. And we're going to move on to our final watercolor technique, friends. And this is the easiest of all of them. I love it so, so much. And the only thing you need are watercolor markers. I'm so sorry, friends. These are not watercolor markers. These are washable markers. I'm so sorry. I can't talk today, apparently. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to test out how pigmented these are. The pigment is the amount of color that comes off an art supply, okay? So here I have a nice, beautiful green color. I'm going to go ahead and draw it onto my paper. This is kind of like an experiment for anybody out there who wants to do a color experiment. Go ahead and do this along with me if you'd like to. Go ahead and draw your colors on there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take, oh beautiful, I love those colors. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to take your paintbrush, a clean one preferably. You're going to dip it in water, and then you're going to apply some water to your markers. And voila! Look at that! Watercolor galore, my friends. Oh, there's blue. Did you know you could even do this? What? Craziness! And the key, my friends, is in the fact that your washable markers are water-based, just like your watercolors. So basically what that means is anytime you go to use water with something that is water-based, you're going to be able to move it around or wash it off completely. So anytime you add water to your watercolors, you're going to be able to keep manipulating the paint and move it around some more, right? And anytime you're using washable markers, the reason you can get it washed off is because you're applying water and scrubbing to something that is made primarily of water. Crazy business. I think that's so entertaining. So that's another way you can do very easy watercolor projects. I'm going to go ahead and show you one quick method I love to do. I made a short craft video once before on how to do this very, very easy technique. But I want to go ahead and show you guys anyway if you didn't see that. This is a very easy way to get a watercolor wash effect just like this with little to no effort. Alright friends, so for our last watercolor technique, what you're going to do is you're going to take a plastic bag. You're going to take your washable Crayola markers or any other washable markers you have, and you're going to scribble on your bag, your plastic bag. It's going to be really hard to see the scribbles, but there you can see some of the ink. Go ahead and make a random design if you want. If you want a wash of color or like a sunset, go ahead and layer them one after the other. So I have a block of green, a block of blue, and then I'm going to do a block of this orange right underneath the blue. And this is going to create kind of like a sunset type of effect. Alright, so there you have it. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my paintbrush and add a little bit of water to this. And as you can see, it's like magic. Look at that. And then I'm going to run it into the blue. I'm going to add a little bit more water to make sure we're good, and then I'm going to run it into the orange. I want it to look a little muddied. All right, here we go. So then you're going to take it, your bag, be careful not to drip it. You're going to place it over a blank piece of paper. You're going to flip it. You might get a little run. I got a little run there. And then you're going to press down, 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 down. There we go. Go ahead and run your hands over it as best as you can. You might run your palm across horizontally. That'll help you get a cool effect. And there you have it, my friends. A really cool way to get a non-watercolor watercolor print. Go ahead and draw on top of this once it's dry. You could just frame these or hang them on the refrigerator. That's a really great alternative as well. I think they're beautiful, and they come out to these really awesome abstract pieces of art. All right, I really hope you enjoyed those watercolor techniques. I loved showing you guys how to do all of those. I know I have a lot of fun with those. So I hope you learned something new and you have something new to add to your creative arsenal on a rainy day. And we'll see you real soon. Bye guys, thanks for joining us.